You're listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com for Friday. You made it to Friday. Woo! It is March 22nd, 2024, Friday free-for-all. And to celebrate, Janelle
Yes, sir.
is fully medicated.
Gosh.
Why do you say it like that? I'm 90. Good grief.
Say that.
Fully medicated. Yeah. All right.
You thought I was saying it like it was a bad thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you did. You implied that.
Wow.
Jen, I didn't imply that it was a bad thing.
Oh, don't pull me into this. This is between you two.
Yeah.
Oh, no politics.
Exactly what were you saying, Andy?
Well, I'll pull Sam into it because he's the producer, so he has to have Judge Sam, Judge Turnberg.
Oh boy.
You can't do 500 texts during this show.
Mm.
Okay.
Did I make it sound like it was a bad thing that she was being medicated?
Maybe.
Did he make it sound like a good thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no comment.
All right. I'm just thinking of all the people here, I feel like Janelle's taken full advantage of the benefits of pharmaceuticals.
Maybe doing this has given me high anxiety, Andy, and I have to take drugs to deal with you clowns.
Wow. Off to an awful start. Fantastic.
I don't take anything that's not prescription, just FYI.
Thank you.
Prescription
Yeah.
to you or just... All right. So Friday free-for-all.
Change subjects, please.
The title
Sure
of
sounds
the
like
episode...
he is projecting a lot. I wonder.
A lot.
The title of the episode...
I mean, Andy's the one who still believes in Santa, so he might be on something too.
Yeah.
I believe in magic. Magical
Young girl's
experiences.
heart.
Oh, man.
So the title of this podcast is actually the headline of the article we're talking about today in Friday Free For All.
Headline of the article is the name of the podcast, I think you mean.
Gangly adolescent giraffe Benito
Good start.
has a new home.
Wow. Yay.
Now comes the hard part, fitting in with the herd. I feel like Gangly adolescent giraffe Benito is a great indie rock band name.
Mm-hmm.
Very wordy.
Well, you know, you're not going to forget it.
Giraffes are naturally gangly. I don't understand. Why single them out so? I don't get
Well-
Do you remember when we had a coworker that was a redhead?
Yeah, Jaron the intern. The dirty intern.
It was
Whoa!
Blake. Stop. No.
Whoa.
Okay,
No,
you
it
tell
was-
your story, Otto.
Let's rewind a little bit here.
It
I wanna
wasn't
hear
Jaron.
That must have been after I left. Boy, what
He's
happened?
a lawyer now in Denver, FYI.
Careful what
Is
you
he
say.
a dirty lawyer?
So maybe you should, so Janelle, just to be safe, because he's a lawyer,
Yeah.
every statement you're about to say, start with allegedly.
Allegedly, he was called allegedly dirty intern, air quotes, because, well, I don't know, because every time he came in the building, he had some kind of dirt on him. Yeah, it was a physical dirt. It wasn't anything other than what it was. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I'm just going to keep digging the hole.
Before my time.
You didn't know Jaron the intern? Am I the only one that knew about Jaron the intern?
Did you just say Jen the intern?
Right.
Jaron the intern.
Janelle?
Jaron.
I'm-
Oh,
Janelle, I'm not quite sure this is a real person because right now you're describing Pigpen from Peanuts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's
No,
a
I
cloud
was
of dust
talking about-
always around him.
I did not give him that name. Brent McCoy did. I just chimed in.
No, I was talking about Blake, who was a redhead who wanted, for whatever reason, he wanted a picture we were making. I don't even know the whole situation, but he wanted this. And we made a giraffe. We put his head on a giraffe, and it was awesome. You don't
No,
remember
I
that?
missed that one. No.
ginger
It's
raff.
great. A giraffe.
That
Okay,
also
carry
might
on.
be the name of the. I don't know. We'll let producer Sam figure it out because Ginger Giraffe is also a pretty fantastic name.
It's
But back to
yeah.
Gangles.
I feel like we're going to present the wrong
Impression.
the wrong impression if we call it the dirty intro.
Yeah.
We'll just stick
True.
with gangly adolescent giraffe. Benito.
Well, I think
Okay.
so. Although, that would help us maybe reach out to an unreached people group that has not listened to the Daily Nugget yet.
The gangly ones?
The dirty
Or
ones?
lawyers.
And ones that are named Benito. And, well, the reason he's named Benito is, he's a giraffe in Mexico, which makes sense.
Oh,
I didn't know they lived there.
giraffes?
Well, it's an animal park, so a zoo, I suppose.
Okay.
So he actually I can't read this very well. It's Friday. Benito was seen on video sniffing around his new home and accepting a carrot from park staff. He ate a lot of alfalfa, a fodder usually given to cows, and where he used to be out in Ciudad Juarez, so that's right next to so that's northern Mexico, right by the border.
Juarez.
He had little shade. He had to crouch to fit under a small circular shade canopy. In the winter, ice sometimes formed in his enclosure's pond. There were a few trees for him to munch on.
Trees. That sounds.
So he was a sad giraffe.
Why? Why was he so sad?
Well, because he wasn't in the right place, and now he's in the right place. I don't understand, though. I'm still trying to figure out why he's considered gangly.
I thought maybe you were trying to understand why we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, that too. Apparently,
He's gangly because he's a giraffe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if this giraffe is gangly for a giraffe, you gotta wonder what this thing looks like. Like
tall.
Probably.
Fair guess.
Yes.
That's
Apparently,
probably accurate.
Janelle, I feel like this would be something you would do. Be an animal activist. Would you call yourself an
Okay.
animal activist?
Well, maybe on some species. But
Okay, well, so Anna Felix, she is a Mexican animal activist, and she was the one that got Benito to a new place. So she said Benito was not doing well, moved him there. But she says it's not over. She wants to get a new home for Eli, a elderly former circus elephant that's alone at a cement-ringed Mexico City zoo enclosure. And the animal's strange, repetitive behaviors and downcast demeanor have earned her the informal title of the saddest elephant in the world.
Aw.
Wow.
And they never forget either.
Wow.
Again, I don't get. Yeah, I don't understand why
Goodness.
it's gangly.
How do we know the elephant is sad?
That's a good question.
So in
I don't-
these new enclosures or new place that they got moved, do they have one of those like 24/7 live cams so you can just watch them?
It's Africam Safari Park. We should see.
And
But
you can
he's
see
now living.
Why is he gangly?
He's now living in a much larger space that closely resembles his natural habitat. Oh, and and it's one of those places where you travel through the park in all-terrain vehicles to observe animals as if they were on safari. And I've been on a safari before. That's fun.
I've been on lots of safaris. Yes,
We may need to take a road trip down there sometime.
but
To investigate, to make sure this little guy's okay. Or this gangly guy. Gangly
What are you
adolescent
gonna do if
giraffe
he's
Benito.
not?
yeah.
Are
Well,
you gonna rescue him?
I just found pictures
Okay.
of Benito the giraffe. He doesn't look that gangly. He just looks like
Like a giraffe. Like a normal, everyday
like we
African
all knew
giraffe.
what he looked like.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen one giraffe, you've seen them all.
All right.
And
Seems a little
They pretty
specious
much
of
look
you,
all
Sam.
the same.
Except for Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Remember him from Toys R Us?
Well, and he's
I
got to be a
do.
sad giraffe too, because he went bankrupt.
Well,
he
I
sure
don't know
did.
where he is now.
I heard they're opening up a new store in the Mall of America, actually.
They are, although I don't think there's enough room for a giraffe in there.
No, well, if you put them in the circle thing,
That's true. The rotunda.
rotunda, or
Rotunda.
Or you could put
I
them
feel like you
in-
can't be gangly if you're in a
Universe.
rotunda. It's kind of opposite.
There's been some weird junk in that rotunda that I've seen.
Jen is rotunda another one of those words that isn't dirty but it feels gross?
I've been
Use
called
it in a
rotunda
sentence.
before.
For our first date, I brought her to the rotunda.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's you. It's a problem.
What?
Use credenza in a sentence.
All right. I fed her grapes in the credenza.
No, see, it's you. You're doing it. You're trying to think.
What else are you doing in a
Make it as
But
gross as
credenza?
possible.
isn't a room, is it?
Am I thinking gazebo? I think I was thinking gazebo.
Yeah, gazebo.
I just stopped at the I was feeding her grapes part. It was awful.
Oh, a credenza is like the little buffet thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, that would be awkward if I was feeding her grapes in the credenza.
Right.
Well, how would you get in there?
That's a good question. On the credenza?
Yes.
I don't know how
Either
we got
way,
here
it's creepy.
from gangly giraffe to credenzas. I
How
don't.
do we get anywhere?
Okay, let me know if I'm not the only one that did not know what a credenza was. That's a fun word.
Credenza is a fun word.
Nuggethatemail
Like
at gmail.com. Code word credenza.
Oh, we're gonna get some hate mail over this one.
Oh, we are. From
Mhm.
Janelle?
And that's the nugget.
How dare you not know the word credenza?